Welcome to my channel. My name is William and I'm a licensed general building contractor. Today we will talk about the fastener I'm using on my framing work. We will start on this 10D common. This is a 3.5 loose nail. We use it for framing and 2x wood frame. The 16D common 3.5. And for the nail gun, it's the same 16D common, but it doesn't say common. It's 3.5 by 0.162 inch. For nail gun. It's they look like this, and they are 21 degrees collated plastic strip nails. And for the plywood shear wall and rope diaphragm, we use this 3 by 0.148 inch. It's a 10D common, and the degree is the same, 21 degrees. You can use this on any framing nail that is at 21 degrees. And next, it's the this is the positive placement, 2.5 by 0.162 nail for look like this. For hangers, something like this. See, something like this. Okay, you can use it on that side and the beam, and on the other beam you use it on this side. But on the joist you can only use the 2.5, but on the 2x on this hole you have to use this 1.5 by 0.148 of an inch. And this nail, you have to use the positive placement nail gun, and you can use this on this LTP4 or the A35. But if there is a plywood, a shear wall plywood, I use this 8D common. This is a point 131 inch by 2.5, and this is a galvanized nail. Every time you nail the pressure treated, any penetration to this pressure treated, you have to use the hot dip galvanized screw or nail. And this is SDS screw. SDS means strong strong drive screw. They call it SDS, strong drive screw, and they are made by Simpson. You can use that on that column cap or the hold down. There, you can use it there. And these are two type of lag bolts. One is the one that regular lag bolts that you have to put washer, and you have to pre-drill it. But this is the new model now. This is the one I use, even though it's more I think it's like double the price of this one. This is this one you don't need to pre-drill, and you don't need to use a washer, and it's strong. I use this to drive this either electric cordless or pneumatic wrench I use on this one. Even though they said the on the structural note that you have to turn it, don't use power wrench. When will you finish if you're drilling, if you're using like 50 of this? So I use what you call cordless impact wrench on this one. Okay, there. And I don't have a sinker here. A sinker is not acceptable on this project, if you have, especially if you have inspector and deputy. And like in this case, in this project, we have a deputy, we have structural observation, and then we have a building inspector. If you have 3-inch or closer nail on the plywood on the shear wall, you have to call a deputy, and then after that you call a structural observation, and after that you call the building inspector. And I show you on the drawing that it says here that sinker, you see that fastener hardware nail shall be common wire nail, and then sinker must not be used there. And there is one more here. It says this on the plywood, sinker nail are not acceptable. There, it's on the note of the structural drawing. And on the shear wall, on the plywood, it should be at least a 3/8 on the edge, and on the wood it should be a 1/4 of an inch on the edge, from the edge there, from the edge there. And then I always put the nail half inch on the edge of the plywood, on boundary nailing. And and the lug bolts, it says there the F is 3/8 lug screw. That is the one I'm talking about before, and 12 on center. On G we have only up to G. On G is 3/8 lug screw, 8-inch on center, with 5-inch minimum embedded there. And those 835 for the G are 14 on center, and on the F is 24 on center. Yeah. And then the nailing is there. The nailing is on the plywood is 10D common nail. It's 6/6/12 on that, on the F, and on the G is 4/4/12. So this is my project. Today we will work on the shear wall. I use to plumb the walls, I use a strap like this. I strap like this. Even though you're alone, it's easy to plumb the wall. So we have to plumb it before nailing the shear wall. I'm using a 1/2 inch by 4x10 OSB, and this is this strap I need, because it's if you have a long span, you need the strap. It's difficult to plumb it once all the membrane are already the top plate, bottom plate, and the stud are nailed together. So I use this to plumb it, and I use OSB plywood. OSB means, I think if I'm right, is oriented structural board there, and there it's exposure 1. That means structural 1. It's the exposure 1. So that is that means it's structural 1 there. And then you can hang this horizontal or vertical, but I want to put it vertical. It's from bottom plate to top plate, and I put always 1/8 of an inch. I use the 8D common nail to put a gap for expansion joint on the shear wall there. This is all for now. Please click and subscribe because I'm making a video on this project until I finish this project.